Thank you. Caitlin Clark brought her golf game to the LPGA Tour today, playing in a Pro-Am that attracted a bigger crowd than the Tour often gets. Clark played at the back nine at Pelican Golf Club with Nelly Korda. She's the #1 player in women's golf now. During a brief interview with the Golf Channel, Clark says, "I've watched, and Norda is amazing, but golf is hard." As we all know, Clark has an endorsement deal with Indiana-based Gainbridge, which sponsors the tournament. Saw one of her tee shots earlier today. But you know what? I've had a couple of those too.
That's the truth. And golf is hard, but Caitlin Clark is still pretty good at it.
She's still pretty.
There are not many things
she's an athlete. She's still very good at it. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, the college basketball sensation with a reputation for breaking records and creating buzz, threw everyone for a loop at a recent charity golf event with an unexpected declaration that caught attendees off guard. As she swung her club and joked with other athletes and celebrities, Clark, known for her confidence on the basketball court, turned a simple round of golf into a platform for one very pointed message, a warning to the WNBA. And it wasn't delivered quietly. What seemed like a friendly golf outing took a turn, leaving some of her fans surprised, others amused, and the WNBA watching closely. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It wasn't an ordinary warning, and the atmosphere at the golf course changed as soon as Clark spoke. Between drives and putts, she dropped her words with the same precision she uses to shoot three-pointers, turning a casual event into a statement with real weight. She didn't mince words, nor did she deliver them in a whisper. This was Clark unfiltered, and for those who know her, that wasn't out of character. But for anyone expecting Clark to limit her influence to basketball, her candid remarks were a reminder of just how much her presence extends beyond the court. The golf event had initially drawn fans and celebrities together to support a good cause. There was a sense of lighthearted competition in the air, with athletes and entertainers teasing each other about their swings and technique, laughing as they sized each other up for a game they weren't typically known for. But Clark was there for more than a few rounds and charity photos. She was there to use her presence and her voice in a way that many didn't expect. With her eyes on the future, Clark hinted at her ambitions, and those ambitions seemed to stretch well beyond college basketball and straight into the heart of the WNBA. Clark's warning wasn't one of malice or threat. It was more of a declaration that the WNBA should be prepared. Known for her confidence and swagger on the court, she casually hinted at what she expects when she enters the professional league. Fans and attendees noted how she didn't shy away from expressing that if the WNBA wanted her star power, they'd have to be ready to meet her level. Clark's casual tone added a hint of humor, making the message less about defiance and more about a playful challenge. But behind the playfulness was a serious undertone that resonated with fans who followed her meteoric rise. The implication was clear. Clark wouldn't be entering the league quietly, and she wouldn't be satisfied with anything less than a professional experience worthy of her talents. The golf course suddenly felt like a press conference as Clark's words spread, leaving those around her in mixed states of surprise and excitement. For someone who had made a career out of surprising opponents with her skill and unpredictability, Clark's ability to shock was still very much alive and well. Spectators whispered to one another, some smiling at the brashness of it all, while others looked impressed. It was as if she was preparing everyone, especially the WNBA, for a storm to come. She wasn't angry or critical. There was even a slight grin as she spoke. But it was evident that she was thinking big, and she was inviting the WNBA to think just as big. The entire episode hinted at Clark's understanding of her own influence and her readiness to use it. This wasn't just another college athlete dreaming about the pros. Clark knows the power she wields, and her comments suggested she was aware of the changes needed in the WNBA to make it a fitting stage for her and her talents. The WNBA has long been pushing to expand its reach and grow its fan base, and Clark seemed to be implying that players like her could be a key to that growth, if the league was prepared to meet her on her level. Her sense of humor played into the whole scene as she joked with others about being the one to watch on the golf course, adding a playful edge to her serious message. Despite being in an entirely different sporting environment, she didn't miss a beat. She looked as comfortable with a golf club in hand as she does with a basketball, but everyone knew that her real sport was the one that mattered. The irony wasn't lost on her audience, and it was hard not to appreciate the charm of it all. Here was a basketball superstar in a setting completely unrelated to her sport, making a statement that echoed far beyond the golf course. Fans have often seen her charismatic side during college games, where her confidence can light up an arena. At this golf event, that confidence was palpable, and her fans ate it up. She didn't need a big stage or a live broadcast to command attention. Her words carried weight all on their own. Clark's warning was both a tease and a challenge, and for anyone familiar with her style, it felt like she was setting up a new kind of game where the WNBA would have to play by her rules. Beyond the entertainment factor, her remarks also pointed to a larger conversation about the state of women's basketball and what the future could hold. Clark represents the next generation of athletes who are unafraid to demand what they feel they deserve. Her message underscored the importance of creating an environment where star athletes can thrive, drawing fans and critics alike into the dialogue about how the WNBA could transform to fit that vision. Clark's statement, even delivered off the cuff, raised questions about how the league would handle the influx of young, ambitious talent, and whether it could provide the infrastructure and support needed to elevate the game. Clark's awareness of her own marketability was clear, and she ended that she wasn't going to sit idly by and let opportunities pass. Her swagger was intact, but it wasn't just about bravado. There was a hint of genuine expectation, a belief that the league would benefit just as much as she would from her entrance. The humor in her delivery didn't mask her intention. It highlighted her understanding of the give and take that professional leagues require to flourish. She was offering a warning, yes, but it was also a bit of guidance, a nudge to the WNBA to keep up with the changing tides. In many ways, the entire event showcased Clark's natural ability to shift a conversation without losing her authenticity. She wasn't at the golf course with a hidden agenda, yet the casual atmosphere allowed her to speak freely. Her comments suggested a blend of ambition and self-awareness, a rare combination that separates her from the crowd. Unlike many athletes who wait until they're on a professional platform to make demands, Clark's words indicated she saw herself as already on that level. It was as if she was saying, "This is what I bring, and if you're not ready, you should be." Her remarks sent waves through the sports community, sparking debates among fans and analysts about the future of the WNBA. Some critics saw her words as premature, a display of overconfidence from a player who hasn't yet stepped foot on a professional court. But for her supporters, Clark's statements felt like a breath of fresh air, a sign that women's basketball is on the brink of a new era. Whether the WNBA was prepared or not, it was clear that Clark saw herself as a catalyst for change, and she was unapologetic about it. The golf event itself, which might have otherwise been a lighthearted charity affair, ended up becoming a talking point in sports media, with Clark's remarks taking center stage. Her ability to command attention, even outside her usual domain, was a testament to the magnetic draw she has on fans and the broader sports audience, and the fact that she managed to keep the event fun, even while making a serious point, showcased her skill in balancing her competitive edge with an approachable personality. For the WNBA, Clark's warning was more than just words. It was a glimpse into the mindset of the next wave of players. Her playful challenge reminded everyone that this wasn't the typical college athlete content to wait her turn. Caitlin Clark's message was clear. She's ready, and she expects the WNBA to be ready too. Whether the league takes her words to heart remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Clark isn't planning on entering the professional ranks quietly. Her ambition, wrapped in humor and delivered with a smile, left little doubt that she's looking to make her mark. In the end, the golf event was as much a stage for Clark as any basketball arena. It was here, away from the hoots and the crowds, that she managed to make one of her boldest statements yet. The WNBA now finds itself on the clock, with fans and analysts watching to see how the league will respond. Clark's warning was simple, even playful, but the impact of her words was anything but. Whether the WNBA is ready or not, Caitlin Clark has already started her next game. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.